I think this public speaking class has definitely been effective in building my skill set as a public speaker. Before this, I had never really done extemporaneous speaking. I had always had a manuscript or the speech memorized, so just using an outline was a new concept for me. The first speech I want to talk about is our 4S strategy speech. The 4S strategy speech is where we first learn how to use the 4 S's. I think my strength in that speech was just the strategy in general, because before then, I had never really used a strategy to write a speech. I always just started from the beginning and worked down and hoped it would flow naturally. So this was a new concept to me. My weakness was probably that I didn't really move around a lot. The second speech I want to talk about is our first formal speech, the autobiography speech. In this speech, I think that my tone was good and that I didn't actually depend on my note cards a lot. But I did move around a lot, and it wasn't an effective movement. I had always been taught that you move around on the stage, but not as fast as I was doing it. And my gestures really seemed forced and unnatural, which is probably because I practiced a lot and made sure they were the same each time, instead of just letting them flow naturally. The third speech I want to talk about is our source citation speech. This is a speech where we redid one of our informal speeches and added source citing into it. I had never really been great at adding sources into a speech. I would always just say, according to whoever. So this really taught me how to build the credibility of the source so that your audience is more likely to listen. My weakness was probably source citing before, but now it was my strength in this speech. The fourth speech I want to talk about is our second formal speech, the informative speech. In this speech, I think my strength was that my delivery was good, I still had a good tone, and my gestures improved from the first speech. However, my main weakness was the fact that I talked really fast. That's always been a problem for me, and you can clearly see it in the later half of the speech. I start speeding up more. I think I was probably concerned with time, but also I feel like I'm speaking slower, but then when you rewatch it on YouTube, I saw how fast I was really talking. The main thing I continue to hope to improve on is my rate of speaking. I hope that I can eventually get it slow enough where it's a good rate for anybody to understand.